Hello friends, this is Scott. We're back down at the hobby farm needing to expand my wood rack because I have another cord of wood at my rental house. And just taking a look at this area. And as I'm looking, I see some movement. And I sneak in here, and what is that? Oh shoot, that looks like a black widow. Let's get a better look at this thing. And I'm trying to find it here. Where did it go? I'm wearing sandals, and I don't think I have any gloves on at the moment. So I'm kind of thinking, it's time to put on some different shoes and maybe some sandals. Oh, there he is. Or she is, I should say. So let's see if I can get a better close-up of this spider. It's hiding right up there in that, on the top of that log. And here we go. There's a better look. So that's the classic black widow. You don't see the hourglass because that's on the underside. But yeah, I've got to be careful because there's black widows all through this, it appears. So anyway, after all that excitement, I decided I needed to go to the big pile of dirt right around the wall here and get some dirt just to level this area out before I expand the world's greatest firewood rack, which I've talked about in a previous video when I first chopped some wood. But I did make it back down to the rental house, and I did bring another load, a trailer load, which I did a video on, and I just dumped it out here. I hadn't chopped any of it up, so I don't know what I was thinking when I first built the rack so small. I need a bigger rack because I've got so much wood, and I got mental cramp. I should have done this initially, but I didn't. And so today I'll fix that problem and I'll expand this rack out. I'm going to show you how simple it is to do this. I really like this form of wood rack. Very easy to use, very adaptable to whatever circumstances you have. And I have one more at my home in Salt Lake City that I'll be bringing down here also. But first step, I got to get rid of some of this wood so that I can get to the end here. I need to take that end off, and there's some little screws at the bottom of this that are hooked into some 2x4s. So I need to add some 2x4s to this, and but first I got to unscrew it, but I got to get to the screws. And it's one thing I didn't think about when I put this up against the wall before I filled it was that the screw is on the outside of this, and I don't have any space to get the old drill in there to get this little screws out. So they're just tiny screws. It's just a couple turns just to hold the wood in place, but I've got to get this wood rack moved, and so I'm going to try to muscle it over a little bit without tipping it over. I was tempted to just tip it over, but yeah, I'll just keep unstacking wood here and maybe I can get her done. I didn't have my short, squatty screwdriver to be able to get back behind there, so I needed to get the rack out a little farther. So, yeah, I have to get this rack out of here. So I thought I'd jiggle a little bit and see if I can get it to move. And there's quite a bit of weight on it, and if I do screw with it too much, I'm going to dump it. So I did get my screwdriver in there. And or almost got it in there, so that I had to do a little bit more picking up and sliding. But I was successful finally, and I didn't tip it all over. So once I had the screws out, a couple on each side, I just used a sledgehammer and removed the rack. So that's how easy that was. And I just added some 2x4s. I didn't want to cut 2x4s because I'll be using this wood for other projects. So I just took some screws and screwed them together, and just expanded the rack. And there we see, I restacked the wood that I had tossed off. And it gives me a lot more space, probably doubles the amount of space. So I can probably fit a cord of wood on this wall. And then if I bring my other rack down, I'll be able to fit another cord. So we'll see how much wood I have. But I have more trees I need to cut down at my rental house. So it's going to be a never-ending supply, I think. I've got a lot of trees to deal with that are leaning toward the house, and they're becoming a safety issue. So. But this rack is very user-friendly, and now it's time to get to work chopping. So I decided to spend a little bit of time. Now, it's still pretty hot out here. I did this a couple weeks ago, and just trying to see how many chops it takes to get through this elm. And I did a previous video on how hard elm is, and I had some early success chopping elm with a couple strokes. But, yeah, I think it's on average. Let's see, that's 3. Let's see what I got here. So 4 tends to split it, and 5 did split it. So it's about 5 shots for some of these bigger rounds. And I wanted to show you how good I was. I didn't even have to stack that wood itself. It just found itself to the rack. And then some of these were so tough, I just kept wailing on them and wailing on them. So I got my wedge out, and I just kept pounding on this and pounding on this. And on the 5th swing, all I did was bury the wedge and still didn't pop it. So anyway, got back into chopping, and it was hot, and I did some chopping. I didn't want to do the whole pile today, but I wanted to, get the rack looking, so it's kind of filling up. And I decided to get the axe out, and I thought the axe was going to do a good job, but it became more of a pain. Let's see here, trying to get the axe out. So I was using the 8-pound splitting maul, and that was my weapon of choice. But on some of these, once I had them split open, I decided I wanted to grab the axe, but it didn't always work, so I went back to the splitting maul, and even using that, I pounded it. There's one. And these were knotty. Some of these pieces were just nasty. So let's see if I can get it on this second swing with them all. Nope. Let's. So I'm getting a little discouraged here. Again, it's hot. I'm tired. I don't want to be. I just wanted the success of busting these open with just a couple swings. So, yeah, screw it. I'm done. I was pissed off. So I quit filming for a little while. But I came back, and that's how much wood I got chopped up. And you see I've got a lot more there, and I've got a lot more to bring down from the rental house. So I've got my work cut out for me, and but I do enjoy it. I didn't look like I was enjoying it much there, but I'll wait till the weather cools down a little bit. And like I said in other videos, I think it's better when the weather's colder, if there's a little moisture in this wood, because that'll help bust it up because of the freezing action of the moisture in the wood. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I should have made this rack bigger when I first started, but it wasn't too difficult to expand it and get her starting to get filled up again. And at the end, I got a little bit chopped, but I've got a lot more to do and a lot more room to do it. So thanks for watching this video. And if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. I'll be bringing more wood down here, but in between other projects that I'll be showing you. Thank you.